Long ago, the descendants of Jacob, known as Israel, came to Egypt, each family settling with their father. Among them were Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Benjamin, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. Altogether, 70 souls came, yet one was already there. Joseph, the once favored prince of Pharaoh's court. But time passed. Joseph died, and so did his brothers. That entire generation faded like mist in the morning sun. Yet the children of Israel flourished. They multiplied like stars in the sky and filled the land of Egypt. Their strength grew. Their numbers surged. Egypt, once a land of refuge, began to tremble at their presence. A new Pharaoh rose to power. He didn't know Joseph. He didn't care for old alliances. These people, he warned, are too many, too mighty. If war breaks out, they might join our enemies. We must outsmart them before it's too late. And so Pharaoh enslaved them. Chains clamped, backs bent, hands bloodied in labor. Cities rose from their sweat. Pithom and Ramses, built with mortar and pain. Yet the more they were crushed, the stronger they became. The more they were broken, the faster they multiplied. Fearing their growth, Pharaoh turned to cruelty. He summoned the Hebrew midwives, Shiphrah and Puah. When a Hebrew woman gives birth, he commanded, if it's a boy, kill him. Let only the daughters live. But Shiphrah and Puah feared God more than Pharaoh. They spared the sons. When questioned, they answered, Hebrew women are strong, Pharaoh. They give birth before we even arrive. God smiled upon their courage, and he blessed their households with favor. Enraged, Pharaoh unleashed a horrifying decree. Every Hebrew boy born shall be cast into the Nile. Egypt's river of life would become a river of death. But in the shadows of tyranny, hope stirred. A man of the tribe of Levi took a Levite woman as his wife. She bore a son, beautiful, radiant. For 3 months she hid him, cradled in silence. But the day came when she could hide him no longer. With trembling hands she made a tiny ark of bulrushes, sealed with pitch, and laid her son among the reeds of the Nile. His sister Miriam watched from a distance, heart pounding. Down by the river came Pharaoh's daughter, her footsteps light, her spirit unsuspecting. She saw the basket. She opened it, and the baby wept. Her heart softened. This is one of the Hebrew children, she whispered. Then Miriam stepped forward from the shadows. Shall I fetch a Hebrew woman to nurse him? Pharaoh's daughter nodded. And so the boy's own mother was called to nurture the child she had given up. Take him, Pharaoh's daughter said, and I will pay you to nurse him. When the child grew, he was brought to the palace. She named him Moses, saying, because I drew him out of the water. Years passed. Moses became a man of privilege, but his heart never forgot his people. One day he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. Rage consumed him. Moses struck and killed the Egyptian. He buried him in the sand, but word spread. The next day Moses tried to break up a fight between 2 Hebrews. Who made you a ruler and judge over us? One sneered. Will you kill me like you killed the Egyptian? Moses froze. The secret was out. Pharaoh heard and sought Moses' life. So Moses fled into the wilderness, into the land of Midian. There, weary and alone, he sat by a well. 7 daughters of a Midianite priest came to water their flock, but shepherds drove them away. Moses rose and fought for them, drawing water for their animals. When they told their father Reuel, he said, Where is this man? Invite him to our home. Moses was welcomed. He married Zipporah, one of Reuel's daughters. In time she bore him a son, whom he named Gershom, saying, I have been a stranger in a strange land. But back in Egypt, the cries of the Israelites grew louder. The old Pharaoh died, but the chains remained. Their groaning reached the heavens, and God heard. God remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, with Jacob. God saw them, God knew, and the time of deliverance was drawing near.